Hello everyone, I'm Dave Lamosta and today I'll be guiding you on how to install Laravel on your computer. Right, so we have an assignment here, create a step-by-step tutorial. So yeah, we'll be using uh, XAMPP or WAMP. So for the minimum requirements or the system requirements for the Laravel, here we have PHP version of 8.1 or higher, a web server such as Apache or NINS, a database management system such as MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, and a composer installed. So for the hardware or the computer minimum specs requirements, we have here a started minimum memory required to host a Laravel project is a 512 megabytes. So for reference, Laracasts is hosted on 4 gigabytes of memory. Of course, memory usage will increase the more complex your app is. So yeah, so at least we must have 512 megabytes of RAM. So in order to be much safer, we must have at least 4 gigabytes of RAM or better for our app to run smoothly on our computer. So we have um, I prefer that you purchase or install a memory that is at least 4 gigabytes or higher. So yeah, let's proceed now. First, we must install the requirements. So either XAMPP or WAMP, or let's call it SAMP or WAMP. Okay, let's try installing the SAMP. So let's copy the this will be the link for the SAMP SAMP software, right? So Apache friends .org, right? So this is the SAMP Apache MariaDB plus PHP plus Perl. So we must install it. So if you haven't, we must download it. So if you haven't downloaded it, you must download it. So depending on which OS you're using. So for my case, I'm using Windows. So I'll be clicking this one. Then just wait for the downloads here to start. So it says here that it will automatically start. So right here. So just wait for it. But for my case, I have already downloaded it. So I'm gonna have to cancel this, right? So after downloading that SAMP, we must download the second one, which is the composer or the Laravel, right? So this is the link for the composer, getcomposer.org, getcomposer.org, right? So we have here composer dependency manager for PHP. Let's click download, and then you can see here it says that download and run composers.setup.x. So we must download it. So just click it, and then there you have it, the setup, right? So I've already downloaded it again. So I'm gonna delete this copy of the downloaded file, right? So of course it won't run if you don't have like VS Code or PHP or Sublime, right? So you must first install this editor first, right? So this code editor, Visual Studio Code, you must install it first in your computer. So if you haven't installed it yet, you can watch YouTube other tutorials in the in YouTube or any other platforms you prefer, right? So let's proceed to the installation. Let's install the SAMP first. So right, I have installed it already, so I'll just repeat it so you can follow. So click allow, right? So if it says here that uh, just a warning here, you just need to click OK, and then next, then never mind this, just next, then folder on which folder you want you want SAM to be installed in. So next. Okay, so we must select a new folder. This is just for the purpose of the video, so let's try sample folder. Right, so in the next, then setup is now ready begin. So next, so if you have this message here, installing and packing files, then you just need to wait for it, right? So after it has been installed, you should only you must only minimize the SAMP window, right? So for this one, the SAMP is on its setup and installing, so you just need to wait for it. So for my case, I have already installed SAMP, so I'll have to cancel this, and then abort. Then after you have successfully installed SAMP on your window or on your system, your computer, you must we must run this composer setup or the Laravel, so that it will be installed in our computer. So let's run this, or just double click, then install for users, then allow, then just next, then here's the path. It says here, it would say here that click this to be you want this to be your path. It says here, it has a checkbox over here, so if you haven't checked it yet, so you must, if it's your if it's your first time installing Laravel, so you must check the checkbox, right? So yeah, just check the checkbox and then click next, and then use a proxy, just next, and then click install, right? So I have already installed it also, so I'll have to cancel this. So after you successfully install those, you must now head to VS Code or Visual Studio Code. Alright, so here need to open a new folder, then let's say this one. This is an empty folder for an example only. Alright, so after being here, click the terminal, then new terminal, then under here you must go to laravel.com. Right, so here we are currently on the terminal, so click get started and then scroll down a little bit, then here if you have already PHP and Composer, so we have already installed SAMP and the Composer, you may install the Laravel installer via Composer. So we should copy this Composer global require Laravel installer, so just copy and then paste it here, enter, then just wait for it, right? So in other cases, like what I have experienced earlier, if you paste and then enter, it would say an error. So in that case, you may need to restart your device for the installations of the recent softwares that we have installed to be refreshed, so that it would function very well after restarting. Alright, so yeah, after that we can check if we can create a new app. So by doing this Laravel new, let's call our app my app, enter, then so it has here the Laravel. So would you like a starter kit? So depending on what you prefer, you can choose from the choices here, right? So none, breeze, or jetstream. So depending on what you prefer, you can choose what kind of app you're creating. So that's how you can install Laravel on your computer, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.